Hi there, it's Cindy from Frencheezee.com. In this lesson, first we're going to go over a few facts about the verb êtres, and then we're going to learn how to conjugate êtres in a perfect tense. So first, let's have a look at a few facts about êtres. I'm going to go over this very quickly because we discussed these in depth in the previous lesson. So, êtres means to be, and it's a very important verb because it's an auxiliary verb. So basically, it's sometimes used to form compound tenses. And finally, êtres is never used to say how old you are, were, or will be. In order to talk about age, you need to use the verb avoir instead. So how do we conjugate the verb être in a perfect tense? The perfect tense being a past tense. Well, as you may already know, the perfect tense is formed by using a helping verb, either être or avoir, in the present tense, followed by the past participle of the main verb. You can learn more about the perfect tense by clicking on the info card that will pop up now. So, to conjugate the verb être in the perfect tense, we have to first conjugate the verb avoir in the present tense and then use the past participle of the verb être, which is été. So we get j'ai été. J'ai été. I was or I have been. Tu as été. Tu as été. You were, you have been. Il a été. Il a été. He was or he has been. It was or it has been. Elle a été. Elle a été. She was or she has been. It was or it has been. On a été. On a été. One was or one has been. Remember that on can also mean we. If you want to learn more about the French subject pronouns, click on the info card that will pop up at the top of your video player. Nous avons été. Nous avons été. We were or we have been. Vous avez été. Vous avez été. You were or you have been. Ils ont été. Ils ont été. They were or they have been. Elles ont été. Elles ont été. They were or they have been. Did you notice that we pronounce the N of on and the S of nous, vous, il and elle? The reason we pronounce them is because they were followed by a vowel. On a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. This is called making the liaison. Also, you may have noticed that despite the fact that the French perfect is formed in the same way as the English present perfect, that is, with an auxiliary verb and a past participle, the French perfect is often translated by using the English simple past rather than the English present perfect. This is because the French perfect is only used to talk about actions that were completed in the past. So, unlike the English present perfect, it's never used to talk about an action that started in the past but is still ongoing. When things are still ongoing in French, you need to use the present tense. So basically, to sum up, the French perfect would only translate to the English perfect if the English perfect would talk about an action that happened in the past and has been completed, such as, for example, I've been to France twice. So, let's have a look at a few examples. Ils ont été très sages ce soir. They were very well behaved this evening. The reason we're using were to translate ont été is because the French perfect only ever talks about actions that were completed in the past. So if we had said they have been very well behaved this evening, it would imply that the evening is still going on and that they are still behaving, which is not what is meant by ils ont été très sages ce soir, as the French perfect implies that the event is finished. J'ai été le meilleur de ma classe toute l'année. Now, how would you translate that in English? J'ai été le meilleur de ma classe toute l'année. This sentence could translate to, I've been top of my class all year, so long as the school year is over when you're saying that, but that said, it also translates to, I was top of my class all year, because that definitely implies that the year is over. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and a very special thanks to my patrons as well, without whom this channel would simply not be the same. Please check out my Patreon page, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. I'll see you there. Bye! À bientôt!